Happy Earth Day, everyone. Welcome to the Indianapolis Arts Garden, where we celebrate art and nature every single day of the year. Hi, I'm Shannon Linker. I'm with the Arts Council of Indianapolis, and we are thrilled to have all of you here and to celebrate a project that has become kind of a tradition for us, an annual tradition. Last year we celebrated the monarch butterflies, and this year the honeybees, and that's all because of our partnership with Jim Poyser and Earth Charter Indiana. And yes, Jim is an inspiration to me every time I'm near him, and I know he probably is to many of you as well. We have many special guests with us today, and we will introduce them shortly, but I did want to give a special shout out to some very special guests who are here today that created the bees, the artwork that you see here today. The students from 3 different schools that made the effort to come down and join us this morning. We have students from the Center for Inquiry, IPS number 2. Welcome. As I understand it, they, in honor of Earth Day today, they walked here, which is very impressive. We also have Seidner Academy. And the Butler Lab School. The Butler Lab School rode Indigo in honor of Earth Day, so that's really nice as well. Very cool. So I would like to thank all of you, the students, the parents, the teachers who are responsible for this amazing artwork. We appreciate your efforts and your leadership in this really important issue. This year we were also pleased to partner with Bee Public. And Bee Public is a nonprofit here in town that is doing some really important work with bees and beehives and the education on what's important about this issue right now in our time. And so I would like to ask Kate Franzman, who is the founder of Bee Public, to come up and give us a little bit more insight into why this is so important right now. Kate?
Good morning. I'm a little overwhelmed, if you can't tell. Happy Earth Day. Thank you for being here. You're in such nice, neat little rows. I hate to do this, but if you wouldn't mind, could you stand up for me? I think you know where this is going. So on the count of 3, and this is for everybody in the room, on the count of 3, I'd like for you to tell me in just a couple of words, how are you feeling today? Ready? Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. So that was great. Now, I'd like for you to do that again, but this time without a sound. Tell me, communicate to me how you're feeling by dancing it. I want to see only dance moves on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Yes. I think everybody is feeling happy. You can sit down. Thank you. So I know someone here in the front row knows. Can you just say out loud, why did we do that just now? Why did I have you do that? Yeah. Just shout it out loud. Because bees dance to communicate with each other. That's why we did that. Thank you. A lot of people don't know that. I think all of you know that. A lot of people don't know that we rely on bees and other pollinators for a third of the food that we eat because they pollinate the food that we eat. That accounts for about 1 in every 3 bites of food. So next time you eat a meal, think about that. My name's Kate Franzman. I'm a beekeeper, and I'm the founder of Bee Public, a group that raises awareness about the plight of honeybees and other pollinators, why they're in trouble, why they're declining at alarming rates, things that we can do every day to help, and why they're so important to us. And I'm also a farmer, so I get to see that connection every day, and I'm a writer, and I do a whole bunch of other things. So from day one, my mission, the mission of Bee Public has been to raise awareness, and through this collaboration with the Arts Council and Earth Charter Indiana and Bee Public, this Save the Bees Indiana project has brought together and reinforced that message in such a special way through art, through advocacy, education, and action. I think the most important component of what we've been doing, though, is what we're seeing here today, which is the involvement and education of all these young people. I've cried probably 4 times this morning. There's too much cute in the room. So since last fall, we won a $10,000 Sustain Indie grant to fund this project, and since then, we've made presentations to around 25 classrooms in Indianapolis and the surrounding area. That's about 1,500 kids that we've talked to about why bees are so important and things that they can do now and in the future to help. So I don't want to take up too much more time. I'd like to bring up at least one young person to talk to you this morning about what bees mean to them, and thank you for coming this morning. So maybe we'll start. Do you want to come up? This is Abby. Oh, will you bring your sign? I told her earlier, I'm so glad we didn't wear the same outfit this morning. It would have been so embarrassing. This is so cool. So come here. I don't know if you can. Yeah, we can do this. Will you tell everybody your name, what school you go to, and the grade you're in?
I am Abigail Bonk, and I go to the Butler Lab School 60, and I'm in 3rd grade.
Excellent. And will you tell everybody what is it? Why do you think bees are important? Whatever you want to say is fine.
Well, the bees help us, and as you can tell from my shirt, is if we didn't have bees, they wouldn't be able to pollinate all of the plants, and then we wouldn't have our food, and then we wouldn't be able to live.
That's right. And you have bees at home, right?
Yes, 9 beehives.
She has 9 bees. That's actually more beehives than I have, by the way. She has 9 beehives at home. Is there anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to introduce Zach Adamson, who's the Vice President of the City County Council. He worked very hard to make today happen, and he also has beehives, I believe 3 beehives. So, got a lot of beekeepers in the room today. It makes me very happy. Zach?
Well, good morning to everybody. Thank you all for coming out today. Happy Earth Day. And thank you to all the young people who are here today to work so hard to make Indianapolis a safe place for bees. And what does that mean, that we want to live in a city that is safe for bees, and what can be done? Well, the first thing we can do is increase and encourage local biodiversity. Do we all know what biodiversity is? Yeah, yes, no, yes? That's different things kind of going on at the same place to help encourage those things. To actively research and monitor local biodiversity. To also research and educate other people about local animals and plant and insect species. Do you guys do that? You're doing it today. Yeah. We can design buildings and urban environments to accommodate plants and green spaces. We can design buildings and urban spaces to reduce the wind in our city. We can lobby to reduce emissions of substances that dramatically affect the biodiversity and find alternatives to pesticides, herbicides, and petroleum products that harm our environment and the bee populations. As a beekeeper myself, I know there are many things that we can do every day as residents of Indianapolis to help the bee populations here. We can know what kinds of chemicals we are putting into the environment. We can plant flowers and trees that are beneficial to the bees. We can even become beekeepers ourselves, but we can't do it alone. We need the help of our elected officials to help ensure that the public policy also keeps those bees in mind. And that is why I am extra excited to be here today to introduce to you a friend to our environment, a friend to the bees, and my very good friend, Mayor Joe Hogsett. Mayor Hogsett?
That's very kind, Zach. Thank you so much. Well, good morning and happy Earth Day. As I look out into the faces, these beautiful, beautiful faces, I see the future of this great city. I think maybe I'm looking at perhaps a future mayor of Indianapolis. Maybe? Yes? Well, I think you're all capable. I want to thank my friend Zach Adamson for helping coordinate today. He is a wonderful leader on our city county council. He serves as the vice president. He was too modest to tell you that. So let's give Zach another round of applause. To Kate and her efforts, to Shannon and the Arts Council, I thank them as well for bringing us together. My job today is to issue a proclamation which the mayor of Indianapolis has the authority to do, and I want to read it to you very quickly so that we can get about the business of dancing like bees. Right? Okay. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas honeybees are critical to the process of pollination, with 1 bite of food in 3 benefiting directly or indirectly from honeybee pollination. And whereas honeybees are essential for production of more than 90 food crops, and bee pollination is responsible for $15 billion in added crop value. And whereas the loss of pollination is alarmingly high, with annual losses of commercial honeybee colonies increasing by as much as 90% just since 2006. And whereas bees are in decline due to numerous human-caused factors, and thus proper stewardship of our environment could and must help restore these essential creatures. Therefore, I, Indy Mayor Joe, and in my capacity as mayor, do hereby proclaim April 22nd, 2016, not only just as Earth Day, but in my capacity as mayor, I do hereby proclaim this day as Indianapolis a bee-friendly city day for all of the citizens of our state. Who shall I present this to? Kate? Will you receive this on behalf of all of the students represented by our schools today?
I will. Thank you. Is it time to dance?
I think there's some, they want to present to me some.
Yeah, okay. I have one more little thing here too. I have my little notes on.
Are you up here?
Oh, that's me up here. Yeah. I want to say thank you to the mayor and thank you for that proclamation. And I wanted to, as a gift, present him with a photograph that I have taken of one of my bees on a peach blossom in my front yard, so that he can place this on the 25th floor in his office, so that every day he'll walk by and remember the plight of the bees and the influence that we can have as policymakers. So, Mr. Mayor?
Oh, thank you, sir. That's very thoughtful. Thank you very much. Everybody see this? I have plenty of space on the walls of the mayor's office where this can be placed. Thank you.
I'll give it to you.
Okay. And I think we have some other presentations now, too. You want to come up and tell people who you are, what school you go to, and what grade you're in?
I'm Sophie. I'm from Center for Inquiry 2, and I'm in 3rd grade. I'm Athena. I'm from Center for Inquiry 2, and I'm in 3rd grade.
I'm Josie, and I'm from Center for Inquiry 2, and I'm in 3rd grade.
We would like to present this gift for you.
Now, speak in the microphone.
We would like to present this gift for you.
Oh, from the schools. Thank you so very much. That is so beautiful. Can I have a hug? Oh, thank you so very much. Can we get a picture too? Just of us? Right here? Pictures. Thank you so much. All right. Well, thank you to all 3 students, and this too will reside in the office of the mayor of the city of Indianapolis. And now we dance, I think.
All right, thank you everyone for coming today. I think we should close this out with another bee dance.